Patriots prediction and the preview. Is Bill Belichick on the hot seat?
I know you want to start with Joel. I'm sorry.
This is my topic. Right?
This is Dehls' topic. You can't steal it from Dehls.
Joel, please do me the solid.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Right.
Can we hear his logic for making this a topic?
I would love to hear it.
Thank you.
Well, the logic for making it a topic is that there is known tension between Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick.
Best of all time.
2 years ago, the Patriots spent an NFL high $291 million in free agency. And that huge free agency spending spree led to these amazing players: Matt Judon, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, Jalen Mills, and Nelson Aguilar. That offseason has put the Patriots back. Because of that offseason, they have not been able to re-sign key players. They are 18-16 since one embarrassing playoff loss against the Bills. They're not able to stop high-powered offense. Bill Belichick, I think, is on a hot seat. I think if the Patriots win 6 games, which looking at the schedule, it's very possible, there's a chance Bill Belichick is not back. Is Bill Belichick one of the best coaches of all time? There is no doubt. Can you argue his conservative nature, his inability to draft skill position players has put the Patriots on the decline, is a big reason why Tom Brady left the franchise? You can argue that. Can you argue that his conservative nature offensively and hiring Matt Patricia as a play caller cost the Patriots? You can argue that. It's not insane to say that Bill Belichick won't be on the Patriots much longer. I do think this season is more about Mac Jones than Bill Belichick, but Bill Belichick is not going to get off the hook. He has done amazing things in his league, but it's a what have you done for me recently league, not what have you done for me now. Bill Belichick has had years without Tom Brady. And in those years, you have the Cam Newton season, you have the playoff appearance season where in the playoffs they could not keep up. And then
the rookie quarterback, they make the playoffs.
Yes, and then this year,
stop Josh Allen once.
This year you had this past season, they weren't very good.
Not once.
Josh Allen, I believe, went 9 touchdowns, 0 INTs.
I know, not once.
No one did.
What?
No one stopped Josh
saying
Allen.
A single drive.
No, I understand.
The Patriots game?
Yeah,
that shit was bad.
Single drive.
Did the Chiefs stop him almost at all?
No, they didn't.
At least one drive, no?
No.
Oh.
They went back and forth the entire game.
Ridiculous.
I thought they got at least one.
No.
Because the Bills put up fucking.
That's
Remember, how many
40
fourth
something.
downs did Josh Allen convert?
No, but that's why I don't blame the Bills for what the Chiefs did, because nobody's getting to stop the entire game. This season, we're about Mac Jones. As a rookie, I know that you're saying, oh, with the rookie quarterback, they made the playoffs. Josh McDaniels is credited a lot with that. And the offensive philosophy changed a lot. As a rookie, Mac Jones was very play-action reliant. I was high on Mac Jones coming out of college. I thought he was going to be a good system quarterback, and I still think he is, but he's definitely limited, and he's not somebody that I think can reach the upper echelon. He doesn't have the talent to. He's going to be around where he's going to be. This season is about seeing what they have in Mac Jones. Very play-action heavy quarterback, someone who is not aggressive down the field. You can say that the receivers aren't there, and I think that's a valid excuse because he doesn't have a bunch of weapons at his disposal, but he's also somebody that out of structure can create in the pocket. He doesn't always make the best decisions. And the Patriots last season, they won against these quarterbacks. Zach Wilson twice, Mitch Trubisky, Jared Goff, Jacoby Brissett, Sam Ehlinger, Colt McCoy, and the tandem of Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson. The Patriots are not going to go 500. The Patriots,
I agree.
I think their ceiling this year is winning 6 games.
I agree.
I think the most games they win this year is 6 games. They have the most difficult schedule in the NFL. And yes, I think if they have a bad season, I think Mac Jones' job at quarterback is at risk. And I think Bill Belichick is the head coach. I mean, he's the one that opened the door for Tom Brady to walk out of it. He's the one that wanted to replace Tom Brady, somebody who, after he left New England, won a championship with Jimmy Garoppolo about 3 years before that. There is tension within the organization with Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's conservative nature, I don't think, is something that is going to succeed in the NFL at this point. Unless you get a high enough pick to draft one of those game-changing quarterbacks, which we know is difficult. But I think at this point in Bill Belichick's career, I know what he's done and I know what he brings defensively. But we also have to admit that defensively, the best performances come against rookie or inexperienced quarterbacks. And when he's facing actual great quarterbacks, the defense gets violated.
So he's been an AFC East merchant going up against Dolphins haven't had good quarterbacks, Jets haven't had good quarterbacks, Bills outside Josh Allen not good quarterbacks.
I think the entire Patriots have. Yeah, the AFC East has been the most incompetent division for a long time. It has been.
It has been.
How long are you saying he's been doing that for?
Bill Belichick. Yeah. I think Bill Belichick.
So 2021, you want to just?
I think Bill Belichick from 2018 to now, the track record is not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
And okay,
I went back
the track record.
The
Since
Chiefs,
2018. What? Bill Belichick's a defensive-minded head coach. Of course, we're talking about one of the best defensive minds in the history of the game. Correct. So how can it be
he beat the Chargers
that since 2018 his track record's not great, but in terms of points let up and ranking of defense, in 2018 that team was 7th in terms of points given up, number 1 in 2019, 7th in 2020, and that was post Tom Brady. Second last season, that was 2 seasons ago, I should say, the year that they made the playoffs with a rookie quarterback, and then last year, 11th.
Okay, bro.
They're not great. They don't show up for the biggest moments.
Isn't that
the
funny?
biggest games?
Wasn't I? Weren't I was just saying this about the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm just trolling you right now.
All right, just making sure.
The problem with Bill is not the defense. The problem with Bill is offensively, he was not able to surround Tom Brady. He whiffed on the draft repeatedly, and now he's doing the same thing.
He whiffed on the draft, but there was still expectation for N'Keal Harry when Cam Newton was the quarterback, correct?
I guess so, but that's still a whiff.
Now, they drafted Rob Gronkowski. He ended up becoming the best tight end of all time. Aaron Hernandez and the whole situation that transpired after that was more unfortunate than not. He was supposed to be a star, coincided with Rob Gronkowski.
Since 2018, though,
I'm just letting you know this is a track record with
what's post them. Give me a skill position player.
I'm not
Ramondre. Okay,
for sure. Damian Harris is another one. He had double-digit touchdowns one season. That's also when they were one of the best rush offenses in the game, and that's also a credit to Josh McDaniel, a protege of Bill Belichick, a youngling under Bill Belichick, of course, because he's offensive and Bill Belichick's defensive. Julian Edelman was a
7th-round pick.
A 7th-round pick, then turning into a potential Hall of Famer.
That's Bill Belichick.
And yes, that's mostly because of Tom Brady, but you're just asking me players that were given to Tom Brady. Tom Brady makes a majority of these guys better, for sure. I'm not going to say it's not. Chris Hogan would be one of those. No doubt.
We're talking about 10 years ago, though.
But you're telling me recent. Listen, of course, N'Keal Harry was supposed to be a hit. They still were able to win a Super Bowl when drafting Sony Michel in the first round. Go ahead.
If we're giving Tom Brady the nod for improving these guys that they put on the field, right, that they draft, shouldn't Mac get flacked in for not improving the guys that they draft and putting on the field?
I say no because there's just levels.
Yeah.
And I get the question you're trying to say, but again, it's levels. It's Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. You have players that make mediocre guys above average. You're looking at Tom Brady.
Bill
I like Mac. Mac's rookie year put up great numbers. He with nobody. This year was bad, or this past year was bad, but he had Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as offensive coordinator.
You can say Bill Belichick sabotaged him. He said,
I won't say that.
Since 2019, these have been the skill position players they've drafted. N'Keal Harry in the first round. Damian Harris in the third round since 2019.
Got it.
I'm saying Sony Michel was 2018.
Yep.
2020, it was
that tight end class.
Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene in the third round.
Please mention how Sony Michel was integral in them winning that Super Bowl.
Yeah, Sony Michel is good.
I'm just saying that was a skill position player.
They won in 2018.
They beat the Rams.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Okay, Sony Michel, but I'm saying since 2019, though. 2020, they tried to draft.
Because that's the year you started. Since 2018.
You did start 2018.
Right. I mean, if you want to take the Sony Michel
dub. Nah, Sony was mid. Sony was mid.
Cool, yeah. He was
he was great in the run.
He had one good year.
That's it, yeah.
But the offense only scored 13 points
in that Super Bowl? Yeah.
14-7, 13-7.
In 2020, they tried a 2 tight end combination and try to revive the Gronk and Aaron Hernandez
Ben Watson, right? Something like
Devin
that.
Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene, they were not good.
I don't know if they're in the league.
They're not even starters. Then in 2021, you draft Mac Jones, Ramondre Stevenson,
That's 2 bangers.
Trey Nixon in the 7th round. And I wouldn't call Mac Jones a banger. It was a good pick.
They made the playoffs in year 1.
Sure, but it was a good pick. Are we looking back and saying, wow, that's a banger pick?
For pick 15?
No, if you would have put him with some weapons, like if he would have went to San Francisco, I'd be like, that was a good pick.
Sure.
But,
he was I believe he was number 2 in Rookie of the Year. He lost to I don't want to be wrong here.
I'm fixated on the word banger.
Jamar Chase was the Rookie of the Year.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was pick 15.
I think 5 years from now we'll be like, yo, Mac Jones is an all right pick. I don't think we're gonna be like, that's a banger.
I mean, for pick 15, and there was how many quarterbacks taken above him?
2022, it was Cole Strange on the offensive line. He's a good player. They've done a good job with offensive linemen. Tyquan Thornton, huge question mark right now.
That's not fair. He missed
Pierre
the first
Strong
how many
and
weeks
Kevin
of the
Harris.
season?
Yeah, but what was Tyquan Thornton's claim to being drafted
He's
that
fast
high?
as fuck.
It was
Fast,
off of 40
size.
time. It wasn't off of college production.
ran
or what.
4.28.
So basically, he's not good at drafting offensive players.
That's
He can
I mean,
skill
again,
position
Mac
players
Jones
stick it
and Ramondre Stevenson in the same draft.
Hey, defense is elite.
It is.
Exactly. Let's
He does
listen.
something right.
He lost the greatest of all time.
And they went
yes,
8-9
the year
this
after
year.
they were bad, but
8-9
what
last
his
year, yeah.
responsibility is, which it's the team, but he's a defensive mind. We don't.
He
give
also
do we
he's
give
the one
Sean
making
McVay slack for
but
defense?
He's the one
No.
making these picks. He's the GM.
Agreed. No, I'm
You
not
know,
saying you're wrong, but again, we've seen some good picks here.
What about the
Very
free agency?
infrequent.
Agreed.
Very infrequent.
Agreed.
What about paying Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry?
Hunter
$4
Henry
million?
was one of the league leaders in touchdowns just two seasons ago.
It's still overpaid to me.
Jonner's on the
What about
team.
overpaying Nelson Aguilar?
That was bad.
Yeah.
What about letting Jacoby Myers go and just bringing in Juju?
Again, but it did look
That's
okay because they made
wash.
the playoffs when they made all these moves.
When you make all those moves, you have
You get-
1 year of inflated
you
wins.
get blown out by 40,
Then you have
bro.
a
The
downfall.
Bills are just better than that.
And I looked it up. The Bills scored a touchdown every single drive. The Chiefs made the Bills punt 4 times. Respect me? Thank
So
you.
the defense wasn't great then. You know how you let that happen
No, not a touchdown. Like literally every
no, you
single
can't.
drive
against a
touchdown.
division
You
rival.
can't defend that. You can't defend it.
Okay, you
No,
faced
I
this
need
team
one
twice
stop.
in a
Yeah,
regular
well,
season.
I need one.
Maybe
There's
two.
60 minutes. Give
Yeah.
me one.
Did Josh
give me
catch
one
a touchdown
field
in
goal.
that game too?
Huh?
Did Josh catch a touchdown in that game? Why do I feel like that happened?
If he did, that's mad funny.
Just go to game log, bro. No, Gamecast.
No, it'll be.
Oh, bro,
here.
nice.
Don't think.
No, he didn't. What am I thinking? Oh no, that was the game against the Texans where he got absolutely fucking laced.
Yeah, facts.
And
facts.
also, you mentioned the Greg Popovich comparison earlier. I think it's a bit different because the Spurs
haven't made the playoffs
Dog,
since.
he went 21 for 25.
Oh, that's
Sir-
a lie. That's a lie.
the Spurs
4
since
touchdowns.
Kawhi left
Wait, no, you're looking. I'm looking at the
have
wrong game, my
not
bad.
tried to heavily compete and go all in to compete. The Patriots had made that attempt in free agency. The Spurs, since Kawhi left and the DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge kind of experiment,
All right. I was
they've
gonna
been
say.
clearly rebuilding
And Pop doesn't make bad picks in the draft. He usually doesn't.
outside of Josh Primo.
Yeah, he makes like once every 3, 4, 5 years of a bad pick, but
Yeah.
usually they undraft well. Like the
It's
undrafted
just
guys are really
they're
good.
okay. And you know what? You can't say that
Secondary
they're bad
though,
picks.
Belichick secondary. He usually has that
Yeah,
on lock.
You
he
can't
hits.
say they're bad picks
No
because
doubt.
they're kind of
He
like
gets
middle of the
corner after
draft.
corner
so
after
You're right.
He never
corner.
really has a lottery pick to make a banger.
And
pick,
the one
you know?
time he gets the
He gets
fucking
picked,
number one
so,
overall
yeah.
pick. Lucky.
This-
And even with his bad teams, they end up making
I'm
the
not
playoffs.
gonna say
or
wrong, and
something.
he did a great job in developing DeJounte Murray.
He just made the play in two seasons ago.
called it fraudulent. You can't say that.
I mean,
You're not
hey,
allowed
in
to say
hindsight,
that.
they
What do you
did.
mean?
In hindsight,
not
you're
allowed to say
right.
that.
They ended up going from playing to number one overall pick.
Pop,
Yeah, it's
pop,
W.
pop,
Intentionally tanking. Though.
Intentionally.
Bill
Facts.
levels, man.
Yeah.
I don't think the Patriots have been like intentionally trying to lose.
No, they've been
No,
trying
no,
to win.
Yeah.
You don't pay Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry and Nelson Aguilar, right? I mean, even when they made those signs, I think everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
But those signings were only 2 offseasons ago. Jonnu Smith and Nelson Aguilar are off the team.
Yeah.
And Hunter Henry is an overpay, man.
Yeah, like he's like the
And Jalen
15th
Mills
best
is
tight end.
average. They're already replacing
I just
him.
don't think it's possible for Belichick to be on the hot seat. I agree. He could be gone in a season, but it's going to be, me and Robert Kraft have mutually
Mutual?
agreed to part ways. I don't think Robert Kraft should go up to Bill Belichick and say, You're out of here. You're fired. You know what I
How
mean?
many sub 500 seasons do the Patriots have to have for Robert Kraft to fire Bill Belichick?
I think
more?
I think he's gonna go be like, Bill, can you just resign? Like, he's gonna go every season, just resign. After like
How many sub
2 or 3
500?
years.
So he went 7-9 the year after Tom Brady. This is with Cam Newton when they weren't even throwing the fucking ball. And then they go 10-7 with a rookie Mac Jones,
Yep.
one of the best defenses in the league. Yes, they were catastrophically bad.
And
in
these
the
are
game.
not good.
All right. And then 8-9 the year after.
So 2 so far. He has 2 sub 500 seasons.
But you're being critical on
So-
7-9 and 8-9
over under 4.5.
this season. I'll
Over
go
under
over.
under
No,
4.5
seasons.
sub 500
Yeah.
seasons.
Oh my god.
Under.
He has 2 right
Under.
now.
How many does Pop have?
They're
2?
intentionally tanking.
How many
has
does
3.
Pop have?
I'm going. I think if Bill Belichick has 2 more sub 500 seasons, he's gone.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm taking an under on that.